What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason. We are back here for another one, and he has returned. Martin, former Florida A&M quarterback. Martin, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
What's up, Reason? Feeling good, feeling good. Happy Monday. Fins up, everybody.
Hope you're doing well, bro. I know you're going through it a little bit in terms of your personal life with some of your family stuff, so I hope you're doing good, bro. Hope you got some sleep, too, coming in late today, so.
Oh, West Coast, bro. Jet lag. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good though, man. Everybody's doing well. The spirits are up, man, and we're just all getting through it as a family unit, man. So we're good, man. I appreciate it though, man. I appreciate checking in.
Good, man. All right. So even though you were away this weekend on the West Coast, you still had a chance to check out a lot of football. We were talking about it before we went live and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
And obviously saw the Dolphins game. You personally said that you thought out of all the rookie quarterbacks, Zach Wilson looked the best this weekend. I won't disagree with you.
Mm-hmm.
But let's stick to the Dolphins. We're going to get into a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to break down Tua's interception. There's been a lot of talk about whether Shaheen could have come back towards the ball, if he could have been more aggressive, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that. I talked a little bit about Twitter today, but we'll dive into that. We'll show people exactly what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about the O-line because Austin Jackson was an absolute disaster today, this weekend. I want you to know. I want you to realize something here. Let's put things in perspective, okay? Austin Jackson allowed a pressure on 20% of his snaps. So, like, it was not good from Austin Jackson by any stretch of the imagination. When you actually break down Austin Jackson's game, it was awful. I mean, he allowed one hit. He allowed 2 hurries. He allowed 3 pressures on 16 pass blocking attempts. That's not good, man. Like, that's not good. Shout out to G Firm. He says, "What up, Martin? I ran into the comment section. He donated
Salute, man. Yeah.
And I shared a picture for you that I'm actually gonna bring up here. Let's just do it. But me and you were talking while you're on the West Coast there a little bit, and I sent that picture to you. I actually sent it to Nick Hicks, and me and Nick Hicks were talking about it today. And Nick was absolutely disgusted by he's like, that's disgusting, man. Like, because you know how I freeze framed that, right?
I know.
And I know your heart stopped probably just like mine when that went down. And if people don't know what we're talking about, me and Martin are talking about, if you go back and you watch the play with it was the Mac Hollins reception, I believe.
Third and 8. Yeah, 3rd and 8. Needed to get the ball out, and Mac was on the other end of it.
And Jackson decides to put his skates on, and you know what I mean? Like, unbelievable stuff, bro. Let me bring it up so people can see exactly what we're talking about. I have the still frame right here. It's not good, people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you remember that rep last year during the season where he actually got pushed so far back he stepped onto his foot?
Yeah, against the team.
Do you remember that rep?
Yeah.
This was like, oh, here, let me try and break your ankle instead this time around. Like, unreal stuff, man. Let me bring it up so people see exactly what I'm talking about, man.
I'm trying to think, man. That looked like a hangover rep, bro, to be honest, man. Because it was his birthday weekend. Look at this. That white right there. That's a human being.
Robert Hunt. That is, and you see right by the white cleat of Tua.
Yeah.
You see Jackson's cleat.
Like, oh my goodness.
That is
monstered, bro. He got monstered.
Like, how sad? Like, I'm telling you right now, bro.
I'm just glad he's not the blind side. That's all.
You want me to go? I'm gonna go deep on this right now. Larnell Coleman gave us better reps, fundamentally and technique wise, at the left tackle. I've gone back and I've watched I've watched the game. I've watched the first half about 3 times, and I've watched the game in its entirety about 2 times since I watched it. Since I watched it live on the show here, and it doesn't get better anytime I watch it, bro. Like
it's the same.
You know what I
man.
mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm telling you right now, this is a problem. Austin Jackson. Okay, I was talking to Martin before I went live. If people don't know, I had my tweet quote tweeted by Kyle Krabs of Locked On Dolphins with the Locked On Dolphins account, and one of the points that I made, I read it to the homie Martin here, and I'll just read it to you guys, and so you guys can see exactly where I'm coming from. So these were my big takeaways. Miami's starting defense was solid. Tua was very good with one bad decision. Jackson's issues that worried me out of USC, that made him my OT10 and were exposed last year, remain still. We need a right tackle because Jesse Davis wasn't overall that great, but it could be, part of it could be the injury he's battling. Yeah. The O-line depth, other than Jermaine Illuminor and Larnell Coleman, Pankey, Robert Jones, and Skura. Let's throw Skura in there. He was good. The other guys are just absolute disasters. Ahmed shined, and Miami starters beat Chicago. And the Locked On Dolphins podcast retweeted me, and they said, hold on. They said, I think this is a really sound punch list for Dolphin fans coming out of today. So, this is an issue. Like, this is a serious issue with Austin Jackson right now. Guys are coming across his face. They're beating him badly. Yes. Like,
yes.
The guy's on, to quote The Rock, he's up Know Your Role Boulevard and Jabroni Drive right now. Like, you know what I mean? He, like, literally, Khalil Mack and the Bears defense entered him in the SmackDown hotel, bro. And, I don't. Like, dude, I've watched this play like 5 or 6 times, and I cringe every time because I'm like, thank God, Allah, Vishnu, you know what I mean? Any Santa Claus,
Yahweh,
any deity you want to pray to, thank God Tua did not get hurt.
Look, if that would have happened, right? And let me not even speak that too much into the atmosphere, but if that would have turned out to be almost like a Trent Dilfer, preseason when he got hurt and then Kurt Warner came in. If that would have happened, I think Austin Jackson would have been released. I think we would have had to taken it to that level, because for you to get beat like this, and it's against good pass rushers, okay, but come on, bro, like Martin, not monster.
You know what makes this throw the Mac Hollins? Because that was a tight window throw to Mac Hollins, right?
It was, it was so good.
Tua couldn't even fully step into it because of Austin Jackson, bro. And he still made the throw.
It was a perfect pass, man.
Like, wow, it was so epic.
Yeah,
like I agree. That he could make that tight window throw. I agree, man. I mean, I don't know.
It was bad, man. And again, I'm gonna put this because I still have my slimmest hopes that Austin Jackson will turn it around. I'm gonna put this on his birthday weekend. He was in Chicago tearing it up, bro. I'm gonna give him that benefit of the doubt. I think he went ham in Chicago, and that was a hangover rep right there. This dude was not ready to play on Saturday, not at all.
Yeah.
It looked bad.
Oh, I said it on Sunday. I'll say it again. We need to draft Evan Neal out of Alabama. We need to draft Abraham Lucas, the tackle I've been talking about for a couple of years out of Washington.
Oh, wow,
and show up that left side and the right side. They're going to be right back to drafting O-line. I hope people are prepared.
That's tough, bro.
They're going to be back to drafting O-line. I don't care what anyone tells me, man.
Lord knows, man.
I told y'all they reached with him at 18. I stand by that, man.
No. We were right with you. Honestly, at 18, I wanted us to get Kenneth Murray, the linebacker out of Oklahoma, but that was just me. But
sorry, 19. My bad. We fucked up. It was 19. They took him out. My bad.
19. Yes.
Yeah, okay. It was 19. It was 19.
Mhm.
All right. Let's get in. George Arthur donates $5. He says, "Aloha. Did you see Coward actually saying something positive about our fins? He's still sus though."
Yeah, he
uh,
is.
I didn't see it.
I
I didn't
seen
see
it.
what he said today. What did he say?
I seen it. I seen it. He was trying his best to highlight every other aspect around Tua as to why Tua looked good. He forced himself not to say that Tua looked good. Like he was literally saying they're a well coached team. I mean, look at it. The least penalized, most turnovers. I mean, look at those guys. I was like, come on, bro. Just say Tua's good and say that you screwed up. Just say it, Colin. But nah, he's gonna stay on his little side of the fence and gonna try to, keep his narrative, but let Colin be Colin. We respect his journalism, but we don't agree with him most of the time. So it's all good.
And I'll just give you a short list of players that I want in this draft. Isaiah Spiller, Breece Hall for taking a running back. Evan Neal, Abraham Lucas, Rasheed Walker, or the other tackle Cross. If we're going center wise, I love Tyler Linderbaum out of Iowa State.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those are some names for people to look into that I really, even Zion Nelson, I believe out of Miami. Okay. There's some tackles in this draft that I like. And I've just done my early scouting stuff, so I'll get deeper into it. But if you want tackles, look at Neal, Lucas, Cross, or Walker. If you want a center, look at Linderbaum. And running back wise, I want Spiller or Hall. But I'm still in my early stages right now of where I'm at. So, and what's crazy is you could probably get Evan Neal in the first if that San Fran picks high, turn around in the second. Abraham Lucas might be there earlier in the second, and turn around and make that pick. So, we just gotta hope 49ers fall flat on their face.
I doubt it though, man. If Jimmy G's showing any signs of like the pressure's getting to him with the guy backing him up, they'll make the corrections. Is it Kyle Shanahan? He's smart.
Yeah.
He's smart, man.
And guys, in case you didn't know, tonight is the early access release for Madden 22, so that'll be out in about 3 hours and 40 minutes. So Raging Dolphins Maniac says, let's trade for Tunsil. Yo, I gotta say this. Let me ask you this. If he's healthy, would you start Eichenberg at left tackle and see what he's got in preseason week 2? Because he's not a guard, bro. He's 302. He's 6'5", 302. You are not a guard. You do not have
Don't put him in the middle.
You do not have the size to be a guard, okay? He's a tackle. I even had this conversation with Richmond Webb. Richmond's like, I was just over 300 pounds when I came in. When Richmond heard his body size, he's like, yo, he's a tackle. He's not a guard. He doesn't have the anchor to be in the middle there. So would you try him at left tackle? Let Jackson come out and get second team reps?
If I'm Coach Lou and I'm Coach Flores and we're still trying to figure out the limbo of the offensive line, obviously Liam Eichenberg's injury kind of thrusted Solomon Kindley into a starting position again, and Solomon held his own. He did pretty well. He did pretty well.
He did better than the guy next to him, that's for sure.
Agreed. And again, if they're looking at it like, okay, Kindley looks solid there. Right tackle was probably where we wanted to transition Liam to, but he's still not there with his footwork or his, eye discipline or what have you. Let's try him at his original position at left tackle during these next couple preseason games and see what we have in him. If that's the case, and even if it gets to the last preseason game, right?
Yeah.
Let's sit Austin Jackson and let's get some reps. Yeah, let's get some reps with the kid, and if he plays remotely better than what we've seen against the Chicago Bears, we might have to transition Austin to the right tackle then, just because, man, it's like, bro, we need better production. We need better production. But again, I'm putting it on the hangover, bro.
We got 3 preseason games. We're going into the second one, and we still only basically know the center and the right guard position, and like everything else is up in the air right now. Like
that's
that
very
is
true.
Not good. I'm telling you right now. And Russell suggested putting Jackson at right tackle. Are you crazy, bro?
I try to throw it out there. I don't think it'll stick.
At least if he's at left tackle, Tua can see him fucking up. If he's at right tackle, Tua don't know what's going on, bro. That's the blind side. I'm not putting him anywhere near that blind side right now, bro.
Oh man.
You know what? I hate to be, there's times where love to be right. There's times I like to be right. And Austin Jackson is one of those instances where I hate being right.
I'm with you. I'm with you with that one, bro. For real. Cause that shit there is disheartening.
It's tough, bro. It's tough. All right, let's get into the Tua interception. As some of you do or do not know, Martin played quarterback in college. He was a starter. I was a backup up here in Canada. So do I really count? I don't know. That's up to you.
You count, man. you was back there.
Let's get into this. Let's look at this interception. So what we'll do is we'll show everyone the angles, and we'll go through it. We'll go through it for everyone. We'll let them watch once, then we'll bring it back and we will break it down for everyone. Okay?
Yes.
Because one key thing, if you go back to the stream on Sunday, I said Shaheen was open almost instantly off the seam. Right now, the all 22 will not be coming out till the regular season. I see a lot of people like, oh, where's the all 22? Well, you know me, I already knew where this was at a couple weeks ago, that the all 22 wouldn't be coming back until the season started. And so I don't know why people are acting shocked. If you've actually been following along, you would know that. But all right, so let's show everyone. We'll bring this back. Okay, so there's the throw, right? Everyone's like, oh, should Shaheen have attacked the ball? Right? And okay, so there you go. Okay, hold on. Yep, and then look at where he's looking, Waddle. And then he goes back. All right. Now we're gonna bring it back here. We'll let it come. Tua comes in there and makes a hit.
Boom! Right, like
right there.
Yeah,
right there. Okay, so hold on. We're gonna bring it back. I got 3 different. It shows it 3 times in the clip. All right. So let's start this. Okay, so there's your pick. All right. Now let's come over. We're gonna go to the highlighted. Now, okay, right here, the linebacker is breaking off to take Gaskin. Tua is looking in that vicinity. Tua has to pick that up because what you're going to see right here is Shaheen is looking back at Tua.
That's a whole shot right there.
So
yeah,
he's
man.
not even waiting to get to the top of his route.
Yeah.
To sit at the top of his route and make the throw. And Tua is looking in that area. Tua's got to notice the linebacker breaking off here to the left side to take Gaskin. But instead, what you're going to see is he looks back towards Waddle's route.
I know.
Look at his head swinging around. Right?
I know why.
And look at Jackson getting worked right here in the corner, but we'll talk about that later. Look at it. Look at Jackson. What is Jackson?
Like, oh shit!
What is Jackson checking the wash tag on his pants? Well, look at this guy. Anyways, but he's hoping Waddle's gonna break off his route here.
I know,
but you had it. You had it, and the slot corner is mirroring Waddle the whole way.
Yes,
right.
Yes,
so so then he flips his head back right here.
It's already too late. Yeah,
and as we pause, Jackson's getting worked.
I'm glad. I'm glad to have made that.
Yeah, and Dieter's. So here's the play. The play is either you throw it early. Right now, it's too late.
Or you fetal position, when you know the pressure's right there.
Or
run straight up the middle.
You flush out right now and you slide in front of this middle linebacker who's spying, it looks like. Right? He looks like he's spying him the whole way. So, and then he makes the throw. But here's the thing. This safety over top, and I think you can agree with it, all he was doing is that's why, look at how quickly he started breaking on that. The ball is like just out and he's breaking. And what does that tell us, Martin? And I know you'll agree. He was watching his eyes the whole way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And the problem is you're in such a short field here.
The red.
Yeah, in the red zone, he can make that break instantaneously.
Yeah, and make a play on the football, which is exactly what he did. The safety made a good play. That's a good defensive play. However, let me try to get into the mind of Tua and why he did not pull that trigger right then and there when we all clearly saw the whole shot, the seam shot was there. It was open.
Yep.
I do not believe Jalen Waddle had a target the entire first quarter.
Agreed.
Right?
Yep. Took the word. It took the words out of my brain.
Tua knows that Jalen needs some work. He needs some reps. What better time to give Jalen some reps than in short distance, put the ball in his hands, let him do his magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, that should come when you're up like by double digits or something like that. Like when you want to choose the receiver you want to throw to, like have a preference of the receiver you want to throw to, that's when you can actually get away with choosing a receiver. But in this moment right now, we're only up 3-0, meaning you make every read possible and you throw it to the open receiver. Right here, right now, as a quarterback, you're reading the defense. Like I said, everything is about CDC. Confidence in the play, decisiveness in the defensive read, and conviction in the throw. He was confident in the play. The read was not decisive. Yeah. And the throw, he had no conviction because he knew it was too late. And you know, if you only do 1 out of the 3, you know, that's a failing grade in your pre-snap process and post-snap process. So he just missed, bro. He whiffed. He whiffed on this repetition. And again, Brian Flores clearly stated in his press conference, this is one of the more correctable and teachable moments for Tua.
Easy to clean up, man.
It's as simple as know your plays, look at your reads, and trust what you see. And right now, this is as easy. Look.
See, I agree with you, Martin, because I think if this is regular season week 1, I think he's throwing that football right there. I think that ball is out.
I believe so. I believe when it's okay. Good, great point, Reason. Great point. When money's on the line, like regular season, right? Regular season football, you got to get as many wins as possible. Week 1 against the Patriots in New England in the red zone, we're trying to go up by double digits, like how we're doing right here with Chicago.
Yeah,
Tua does not hesitate. He's not even thinking about Waddle. He's not thinking about getting Waddle some reps or what. He's thinking about.
He's taking what the defense gives him is what he's doing.
We must score. We must score. So he's reading everything in a precision moment. He's going to be way more decisive. He's going to make that decision. He's going to make that throw. Right now, I believe he knew that he wanted to get Waddle some reps. He was in the red zone, which is a good area to get Waddle some targets. And he just pre-snap, he already made up in his mind, I'm going to look this way, look for Waddle. And if it's not there, I'm going to try to go back. But honestly, in this situation, there is no 1, 2, 3. It's literally just, oh, he's open. Get the ball to him and fire it in there. So it's just a misrep. It's that.
Yeah, he patted the ball and everything.
Yeah,
and you can see he patted the ball because if you go watch when he pats the ball, watch him. I'm going to play it quickly here. Pats the ball when he sees that he's mirrored. And he's like, shit, because he wanted the ball to be out as soon as he broke onto that out route, right? But he didn't. But he patted it because he's like, I can't make that throw. It's going to get broken up. So then he cuts back and makes this throw. And you know, I get what everyone's saying that Adam Shaheen could have come back. Shaheen ain't making that catch if he comes back. I bet he's breaking it up.
Right. And I will say this about Tua as far as what he could have done better on even with those mistakes like that, right? He has to fire that. You know the footballs that you always got. Your coach always yelled at you. Reason, put some more touch on the foot. That is the football you're supposed to fire in there.
That's a rope.
When you're that late. When you're that late, you're not guiding it in there. You are firing the football in there, and more specifically towards the ground to where the receiver, you know, is out of harm's way, and he's the only one that can make the play. It's either he makes a play or he doesn't, or it's an incomplete pass. So you know, it's coachable moment, teachable moment. Tua's going to learn from it. He's going to get better. He's going to make the throw next time. Period.
Yeah, because if you look at his ball placement, went way too high, and he went towards the left shoulder, so that causes Shaheen. He went too high left shoulder, which is towards the safety.
Yes.
And, you know, even if he would have went right shoulder, it would have probably been better off. But you're right. You got to put that down around the knees so only you can scoop it out.
Just fire it in there. Yeah. You got to fire it low, fire it exactly where you need it to be.
Because of how late you are.
Make the play. Precisely. That's the only reason you make that.
Yeah.
But either or, in
I'll tell you right
game,
now, Martin,
make that throw. Mm-hmm.
Unless Herbert does it the way we're saying you're supposed to throw it, Herbert's not even making that throw with his arm. It's probably getting broken up.
Yeah.
Right.
And again, even with the Herbert, let's say Herbert does make that type of throw, right? It's still gonna be one of those situations where that's the only throw you can make at that moment in time because you're so late on that misread. You know what I mean? You have to make that throw the first time. And if you come back on it, you know, as far as looking off and coming back, in the back of your mind, you should already know, fire the football right there, low, and only where the receiver can get it.
And the other problem too, when you watch him, is how he sets his feet. Okay, watch his feet he sets right. Look at opens up.
Dieter.
He opens up. He opens up towards Waddle, right?
Yes,
he's fully opened up towards Waddle. And then watch when he comes back to make the throw. Look at, he doesn't fully set that front foot back towards Shaheen, right? That drive foot is not back towards Shaheen. So he can't even get full muscle and torque behind that football.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Look at how open his stance is towards the right side of the football field when he's making that throw.
I see what you mean.
Right? So he's not getting as much as he could have on that throw anyways, too.
That's interesting. So basically, it's like if he had it in his mind already that he's going to look off Shaheen, even though he was wide open, look him off, look to Waddle, and then go back as far as the last outlet. Then in his mind, that has to be, his footwork has to be 1, 2, 3. Like it has to be deliberate, shifting his hips all the way back to Shaheen, and then, you know, like we said, firing it in there.
But the reason why he didn't reset his feet towards Shaheen is because he realized he was out of time.
Yeah.
So it was one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't type of things, right? Because that would have given the safety even more time to break on the football.
Tough. Yeah.
So
that's a tough play.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Yeah. But you know what's great about it, bro? He can clean it up so easily.
9 for 11. That's for 8 for 11. I'm sorry, 8 for 11.
And he had 111 yards before they took the return yardage of this interception off of him. Right. So it knocked him back down to 99 yards when before this throw he had 111 yards.
Bro, I'm just saying.
He made one bad throw. He made one bad mistake. That's it.
And honestly, if we're gonna say that this is a bad read, bro, when you talk about coachable moments where and Tua is notorious for never making the same mistake twice, like just off a track record, you know, Hawaii, you know, Alabama in college, bro. Once he figures this little stint out, I mean, he basically had a perfect game, to be honest.
Yeah, like 110%.
Like a perfect game. Even his throwaway was perfect. If you really want to think about what he was doing with the football. Yeah. Even the throwaway was perfect, bro. Like he had a flawless game, in my opinion.
And shout out to Dieter for pancaking his man.
Dieter he wowed me this game, bro. I did not think Dieter was gonna be that good, that quick at center because he hasn't played it in so long. You know what I mean? But
look at the full rep. Look at the full rep of Dieter.
I know.
Oh, just dominate.
Sit down.
Jesse Davis had a good rep too on this play.
Yeah, that left side was
yeah, and that was Kinley's worst rep of the game
of the entire game. Yeah, I agree.
And you know what's great too is like, you know, it could have been even more if Shaheen didn't have the drop earlier too, right?
I know.
So
honestly, that Shaheen drop led to the throwaway on the next play. So, bro, I'm just saying. The Tua that we all expected to be rising is basically risen. Now it's just about getting more reps and getting in real game time situations, and we're gonna see something special, fellas. Man, just buckle up, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, man,
it's gonna be a hell of a season.
That throw to Gesicki, like what touch? You know, that throw to Holland. I mean, we showed the still shot of Jackson literally in his lap, almost hurting Tua. And look at the throw he makes without fully stepping into that
Yep.
throw in that tight
Yep.
window. Like he was making some big boy throws, man.
Yep. Even the first catch by Gesicki, that was like a third and 6, I believe. And it was basically just a stick route to the outside for Gesicki, and Tua placed the football, bro. Look, we good, we good, man. I'm not. Tua is the last of my worries. My number one worry right now, as far as Code Red, is our boy at left tackle, bro. I'm like, oh my god, what do we have to work with right now, man? Because that dude there, ugh, he got to clean it up. He got to clean it up, bro. He knows it.
Yeah, Tua looked, other than that bad throw, Tua looked absolutely phenomenal on Saturday. I loved what I saw from him, man. So
damn near flawless.
Yeah, one bad decision. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'd rather him make it preseason week 1 than regular season week 1.
Absolutely.
So, all right. That was a good little breakdown. So yeah, guys, if you didn't know, like last year I broke down every single dropback of Tua Tagovailoa's starts. We call it Tua's Day here on Phinside the NFL, where every Tuesday we would break down every single dropback from the previous game that Tua had. And we're going to do it again this year. And Martin will be joining me, as well as Ball Game. I still believe will be around, but Martin will be around, and it'll be me, Martin, and Ball Game breaking down every Tua Tagovailoa drop back from an all 22 perspective. We'll be doing that every Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that, guys, because you guys are going to enjoy that. I know we're a lot bigger now than we were last year when I was doing it, so there's a lot more of you that'll be tuning in. So we'll be breaking it down for you guys. Doesn't matter if he throws the ball 30, 40, 50 times. We'll be breaking it down for you guys every single Tua Tagovailoa drop back. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, and when that all 22's up, don't worry. We'll be giving you the Raekwon Davis and the Xavier Howard film studies. Those will be coming your guys' way too. So Tua's Day is a real thing out here. It'll be coming as soon as everything gets back to normal on Game Pass with the all 22. All right. So, another thing, I have 400 of you right now in the room. I'm going to be dropping some exclusive information about the whole Charlie Fry play calling situation on the Patreon after the show. I have found out from a source who exactly is calling the plays in Miami. I know there was a lot of talk after Tua's interview where he said, Charlie Fry is relaying the plays to him, but he doesn't know who's giving the plays to Charlie Fry. Well, I'm going to give you that information tonight, and I'm going to let you know why it's so tight, being such a tight-lidded situation. All that will be on the Patreon after the show. Exclusive insider information for you guys. All right. All right, let's keep it rolling. A few maintenance notes before we get into PFF grades and my top 5 performers from Sunday's game. So some roster moves. First, let's start off with some news about. Did you see what happened with Allen Hurns?
Nah, what happened? Bless you.
So, thank you. Dolphins wide receiver Allen Hurns has a wrist injury that will require surgery, and is expected to miss 3 months per source. So everyone, put up your hands, wave goodbye to Allen, because it's way
that's cool, bro.
It's way too packed of a wide receiver room for us to afford a 3-month injury to a guy who's 6th or 7th at best. You know what I mean? So
I thought you was about to say, hey, let's send a special well wishes to all right, put up your hands, wave goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, oh Lord.
Injury settlement. Good night. See ya. You can go join Hey, I can use that roster spot for DJ Fluker, buddy. Bring him back. And if you didn't know, tomorrow, guys, by 4 p.m. Eastern, I'll be live tomorrow night at 8 p.m. As usual. We'll recap the day because the Dolphins are back to camp tomorrow. But tomorrow by 4 p.m. Eastern, the roster has to be cut down to 85 players.
Wow.
So
that's 5 gone.
The first set of cuts are coming. All right. And then on top of that, a small roster move by the Miami Dolphins, and they signed a receiver, Khalil McLean, and they waived tight end Carson Meier. So, I mean, wow, taken from the tight end room to go out and add a wide receiver. Never thought I'd see that. But yeah, Khalil McLean, he'll be added, and he's just another camp body. I wouldn't look at it as very much more. All right. So with all of that said and all of that out of the way, let's get into my top 5 performers for the Miami Dolphins from Sunday's preseason game, and then we'll get into the PFF grades, and then we'll open it up to you guys for a little bit. All right. But before we do any of all that, guys, go ahead, smash that like button. We are real close to 4,900. We are about 120 away from 5,000. So let's get to 5,000 before this whole training camp ends. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can through Super Chat. You can also use paypal.me/Phinside. It helps out, especially when videos get demonetized, because it's happened before, even when I use Collegiate All 22, so it helps out. Become a Phinside, the NFL Patreon. Patreon.com/Phinside, the NFL. Again, I'll have exclusive news regarding the coordinator situation and who's calling the plays. Is it Charlie Fry? Is it Stoodsville? Is it Godsey? I'll let you know today, and I'll let you give you some inside information. So that'll be posted after I go live tonight, and before the Madden release, because once that Madden release comes, I'm gonna be cracking away at it. But shout out to all the Patrons: Rhino Sith, Fake Spike 94, K All Day, Ramon Casillas, Seth, Slim Pickens, Marinos Go, Keith Davis, your boy Trev, Josh, Jazz 803, Martin, Zo Vegas, the Arkham Alf, Irving, Drew Boo, the show, Jawar Thompson, Andre Villarreal, J Love T, Jeff Jackson, Todd Labruto, the enigmatic man, the homie Georgie Boy 23. Remember, if you join and become a patron, it also gives you mod status. So if you have joined up to the Patreon and you do not see a wrench next to your name in the comment section, let me know right now and I'll make sure to mod you. Florida born, Kentucky born, Michael Rodriguez, Dennis Klassen, Philip Leduc, Tommy Flores, Ron Levy, Brent Potvin, Joe Crotwell, Anthony J. Marino Ron Levy, Rhonda, Logan 15, Just Keep Waddling, Justo, Robert Martin, Reginald, Kyle Bow, Drip Entertainment, Anything's Possible, Troy, Nelson Alfonso, Ernesto, Rafael Lopez, Franklin Lejeune, Timothy Saponenza, Dylan, Brendan Smith, David Figley, Miami Fan 113, Fins 1, Quentin Martin, Ryan Williams, Mauricio, Zachary Greenhall, Robbie T, Daddy Dean, Brian Terry, Anthony Giandoletti, Joe Levesque, Jose Valdez, Junior Ronaldo, Guy Corner, Mitchell Gordon, Vaughn Green, Dennis Klassen, Derek Batten, Zachary, or aka Z-Man, Finn Shady 131, Victor Fernandez, and Maurice Perkins. And guys, another thing for you, if you see the people in the chat that have their names in green and they have they have a badge next to the name and they got emojis, I'll have some new emojis coming within the next week or so too. I've got some ideas, so be out on the lookout for that. That is because those people are members of the channel, YouTube members. And if you look below me, right next to subscribe, there's a join button. There's multiple levels you can join. Also, if you go in the description of this video, there's a direct link to join as a member. There's also a direct link for the Patreon that you can click on in the description if you want to become a Patreon. But like the Patreons, you get you're going to get early access to my film study videos and stuff. So shout out to all 113 of my members: Damian Deese, MF Finn, Seth, Twizzle, Law, 100-442, Timothy, Yawabola, Bruce 1, Fox and Around, Dr. Draft, Timothy Saponenza, the homie Nico, Mighty Dolphin, And then obviously Fake Spike 94, Jazz 803, D-Ray, Tilly Flips, Marcus 84, Ty Rhodes, Florida born, Kentucky grown, SC 42, Cody Patron, The Show, Jonesy Fins Nation, Kevin Williams, Rhonda, Philip LeDuc, Zachary Harris, Dennis Klassen, Powerhouse, Thunder Cleus, Birdman, 100 Ante, Ramon Casillas, Marino's Goat, Michael Simmons, Ron Levy, Chad Marchione, Todd Marine, Barry Bailey, DC, the homie Richmond Webb, Furious, K All Day, Rhino Sith, Irving, Julian, Scorpion King, Ty Jenkins, Whale One, Innes, Mari, Fred Rivera, Justin Dunker, Cash, Zanny Jinzo, your boy Trev, Caddyshack, Fins Forever 72, Storm Warrior, D Hug All Day, Darnell Canna, Big Time 666, Wayne Hedgeman, Quint Riddle, Takamizi, Harriet Clements, Canadian Fins Gone Wild, Todd Beards, Pierre Lewis, James Steele, Dolphin Dawn, Jeremiah Kelly, Fins for Life, Big John Stud, Corn 72, Chef Jude, Tommy, Robert Martin, Tony Usawa, Sinatra 305, Ricky Butts, Joel Fields, Daddy Dean, BK2 All Day, Dylan, Big M3M, Ramon El Ortondo, A Turner 05, Serge, Chalk Vanilla Straw, Rafael Ferrero, Sherrod Ford, Miami Fan 113, James Jordan twice over, Ivan Ulysses, Josh Tito, Logan 15, Sao Pau, Joe Levesque, Robert Taylor, Jose Valdez, Big Spence 87, DM, Rock Hawkins, Franklin Lejeune, Kyle Bow, Simone Sniper 13, Esteban Santana, Don Parlamento, and Go to Valoa. Appreciate all of you guys for supporting the channel, each and every one of you. Patch5s.com, use code Phinside to save 20% off your order. You can get a nice tumbler like this. They got some great shirts up there. Backroomcollection.net. Use code REASON to save 10% off your order. And I got a new sponsor that'll be coming this week. Also this week, I will be announcing officially the fantasy football leagues will be opening up. So I set them up today. So they'll be coming this week. So be out on the lookout for that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go into my top 5 performers from preseason week 1. All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's start off with let's start off with number 5, Robert Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been talking about this guy moving to guard since we drafted him. I've been saying this is a guard since we drafted him. I think he was our most impressive lineman. Like you can make honorable mentions to Michael Dieter and Matt Skura, but I think Robert Hunt was the most impressive lineman for us. So I got to give a shout out to Robert Hunt. I thought he was very good. I didn't see him take any bad reps. I thought, you know, I don't know what you thought, Martin, but I thought Robert Hunt did a phenomenal job, bro.
Yeah, I thought Robert Hunt did very well as well. Super solid. I didn't really even see any errors as far as what you're supposed to look for, you know, inside. Obviously, when stunts come, there was a stunt or two. I seen during the game. It looked pretty clean on his side. Everything that Robert Hunt did was pretty good, bro. Like as far as week, you know, like you're saying, preseason week 1, first game at, you know, first live bullets at right guard. I think he, like how you said, he did phenomenal, bro. Like he had an amazing game. And again, like how you mentioned in honorable mention with Michael Dieter.
Yeah.
Look, him and Michael Dieter on the right side. Because remember, we're talking about Tua's blind side.
Yep.
For those two to be there, and for those two to be clearly the guys that we would say have a vice grip on their positions, I couldn't be happier, because that was one of my biggest concerns. Like how would that gel from center to right guard, and obviously left guard, if you talk about throwing Solomon Kinley, and if he gets back up to speed. Once the interior of the offensive line is a brick house, you know what I mean? Mighty, if I have to throw in the lyrics. Once they are a brick house, Tua is going to cook in this league, bro. Because all he needs to do is get the snap, step into the pocket, and just make the throw with pinpoint accuracy. And I'm telling you, man, to have the first 2 out of the 3 already ready, Robert Hunt having the game that he had, Michael Dieter having the game he had, bro, we good. We good. I love it.
Yeah. Shout out to Stetson O for becoming a YouTube member. Appreciate the support. By Grandizer, I shout out my supporters. You're not one of them, so I'm not going to sit there and listen to you talk crap about me listing off my supporters, man. Goodbye. Enjoy Into the Unknown where the blocks exists. Okay. Let's keep it going. Number 4. I had Tua Tagovailoa at number 4. Now, if he didn't throw the pick that we went over, he'd be, probably higher on this list.
Yes.
But crazy thing, we'll get into it. Everyone's making a big deal. Now, everyone knows how I feel about PFF. I'm very hit or miss with PFF. I trust my eyes more than theirs, right?
True.
And he was graded higher than Justin Fields.
But Justin Fields got a lot more pub and talk.
Yeah, and the media was hyping up Justin Fields like he was the second coming of Christ. And you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And he had a higher grade than Justin Fields. So I mean, I don't get the love and the overall affection that everyone was showing Justin Fields, man.
And don't get it twisted. Fields is nice now. Like we can clearly see the kid is extremely talented. However, who had the better performance? Who was the most consistent? It was clearly Tua. We have to give it to him. And again, Tua being number 4, like how you're saying, he could have been higher if it wasn't for the turnover. And I'm just saying, bro, for that play in particular, the way it's so easily correctable when you like look at the play itself. Tua had one of the better performances all weekend, and we were talking about backstage about the rookie quarterbacks and who played well and things like that. If we're gonna be real about it, Tua, this is basically his rookie season, considering his hip has recovered and he's gonna make certain throws that he couldn't make last year. I'm more so excited about how he's going to continue to progress, and what type of shots, how many more shots is he going to continue to take throughout the season. So, bro, I'm glad Tua's on this list as far as top performer, because he clearly was not only for the Dolphins but throughout the entire weekend, if you ask me.
So just so people get the context of what I'm talking about, PFF gave him a 74.5 offensive grade. Justin Fields had a 64 offensive grade. So, Tua made a lot of nice reads, a lot of nice throws. He just made one bad mistake. That's it. You know what I mean? So
beyond correctable. Yes.
Yeah, beyond correctable is right. 110%, bro. And it's going to get corrected, and I don't think you're going to see him make that mistake inside.
When the money's on the table,
inside the regular season when that starts up, right?
Yeah, so, I don't think so. He'll be sharper.
I wouldn't be too worried about that. You know what I mean? So my number 3 performer was Mike Gesicki. Now, he didn't show us anything with blocking, and his plays actually came from the slot where we expected him to make plays from. But the yards after the catch was impressive on that big play. Mike Gesicki showed off some chemistry with Tua.
Yes.
And Mike Gesicki, he said, don't forget about me with all these receivers out here. And you know what's good about him? Why I gave him number 3 too? We were missing our top 3 receiving options. Wilson, Fuller, and DVP. And Gesicki went out there and performed.
Yes. As the known number 1 target for Tua on the field at the time.
Yeah.
And I will say this: the same chemistry I saw with Tua and Preston Williams before Preston got injured is kind of what I just saw this past weekend with Tua and Mike Gesicki. Even with the limited amount of throws and targets that Gesicki had, it seemed so natural, so visceral, bro. Like I'm excited about what Mike Gesicki is going to do this season, bro, because contract year, we all know that when it comes to contract seasons, all the players who know they want a new contract, they're going to show up. They're going to show up. And even with the 2 targets that Gesicki had, it was clear that he was making every catch. That and any pass that came to Gesicki, it was caught. And I'm with you. I'm glad he's showing more of a propensity to gain more yards when he makes a catch, where he wasn't just just a hands catcher and then get down on the ground type of tight end. He's starting to bring that out. So if we can keep this up, bro, I mean, it only makes the offense that much scarier. So, shout out to Gesicki for coming through in a major way this past weekend.
Agreed, bro. I think a lot of us were worried about long term what his outlook was, right? And I gotta say, bro, showing off when everyone's out, that's fantastic stuff, bro. That's the stuff why you stick around. Now, I still don't know if they're gonna pay him, but I'd rather him show off when everyone's out like that. It was good. It was good to see. I liked it. All right, my number 2, Salvon Ahmed, bro. I mean, he was hands down our best. I mean, with that same offensive line that was Gaskin and Malcolm Brown weren't creating much with, he was out there and, 6 carries, 40 yards, averaged 6.7 yards per carry. His longest run was 20 yards. I liked what I saw from him, dude. I really liked what I saw from Salvon Ahmed. And he also had 2 receptions for 31 yards and a touchdown. You remember that wheel route that he caught from Jacoby Brissett? Wasn't the greatest throw in the world from Jacoby Brissett. Let's call a spade a spade. But he made the catch, took it to the house. Salvon Ahmed, man, and another guy, I know he didn't get a ton of reps. He only had 1 rush and 1 target. But I liked what I saw in the short stuff in the small sample size from Jordan Scarlett as well too. But Salvon Ahmed, man, I thought he did had a great game, and I spoke to Nick Hicks today about him, and Nick Hicks, this is what he said. He said Salvon is a stud, bro. Trained him this offseason. He's up there with the best of them athletically, honestly.
Wow.
And I agree with that, man. I think Salvon Ahmed, if this guy, I said to EM privately, bro, if Salvon Ahmed can become even a competent blocker,
wow,
then he's a complete package back there.
I think so. I think he has to be considered the RB1 moving forward. If, like you're saying, he has some type of breakthrough with his pass protection. But I will say this too, Reason. I don't know whoever is watching, whoever's in the chats, anyone remember NCAA with Reggie Bush on the cover, right? And in that game, there was always a player with that white circle that used to pulsate under like star players and things like that. But there were also players where if you played well enough and you started getting some things going, you didn't even have to have a star, but that pulsating, light underneath you will start, pulsating like, get me the ball, get me the ball. Salvon Ahmed was that dude for us this past weekend against the Chicago Bears. That dude was damn near unstoppable. And I love the fact that he literally went into this, mind you, when we were considering like, bro, is he out for the season from the way he, hurt himself or injured himself in one of the previous practices? We were very concerned about his health. But for him to come through like this, bro, if he continues to have these type of games throughout the preseason, obviously this is just a preseason, but it's still something to look at. It's still film. If he were to do this come the Atlanta game and then double it up or triple it up with the Cincinnati, bro. Just just go ahead, Stoodsville as the running back coach. Discuss it with your coordinators, discuss it with Flo, and said, look, this guy just gives us the best chance, to move the ball, run the
Yeah.
football. Because again, without a running game, and you put it all on Tua, that's one of my greatest concerns as far as can he handle it this early. I know Tua can handle it. I know he can handle it, but it's gonna have to be more so down the road when he gets his footing in a regular season, when he catches his stride. But right now, we have to learn how to run the football and run the football consistently. And I think if Salvin Ahmed is the guy, bro, gear him
Yeah.
up, put on the chin strap, man. Let's go. Let's get it, man. Because
I
Ahmed
agree.
looked good, bro. Straight
Yep.
up.
And my number one performer, Nick Needham, bro. I think he
Mm-hmm.
was the best player on the field for us. You know, he had 2 tackles, 1 assist. He allowed 2 receptions on 4 targets for 15 yards. The longest he allowed was 8 yards. He only allowed a 59.4 passer rating when he was targeted. The other 2 targets were actual pass breakups by him,
Mm-hmm.
and he played only 23 coverage snaps.
Mm.
I thought Nick Needham was absolutely fantastic. You know, he played a total of 30 reps, 16 in the slot, 11 on the corner, 3 in the box. I think Nick Needham, you're watching him come into his own in front of us. I think this is a guy
Mm-hmm.
right now. He's on a real team friendly contract. I think you got to extend him,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
when you get into those, you were talking about it, whether you're in a nickel, whether you're in a dime, whether you're in diamond, ruby, whatever you're in package, you got to have Nick Needham on the field. And
Right.
if Byron Jones shows moments of struggling in that press man, consistent
Do
press
it.
man,
Do it.
Needham's got to get some of those reps. I mean,
Do
I
it.
feel more comfortable with Needham out there than I do with Noah Benogany, that's for sure.
Agreed. And again, like how we're explaining, we're excited that we got Xavier back. So now we can still lean on that same type of defensive style where we're isoing him in the X island, and then we have the coverage bracketed towards a Byron Jones. However, there will be situations where Byron will have to, make up for lost times and play his one-on-one matchups, right? If Byron struggles, man, and we're having those issues where he just can't stop one particular type of receiver for one particular type of game. If I'm Flores, forget the money that he's making. Take him out. Put in this Nick Needham guy who clearly has outplayed and outworked every single cent that he came in with as an undrafted free agent, and let's see him work that boundary, and let's give Justin Coleman the rights to the nickel back as well, because Justin Coleman looked good too. As far as the secondary all around, Eric Rowe had a hell of a game.
Yes, he did.
We have a rare situation, and I mentioned this to you, or not just you in particular, but a couple shows ago, how if Xavier is in this defense, and we figure out the blanket coverage that we had all season last year, pretty much with Jalen Phillips, Emmanuel Agba, and AVG coming as your edge rushers. I'm just seeing, like I said before, I'm seeing a top 3 defense from start to finish this entire season, bro.
All they got to do is
And
stay healthy.
that's the only thing. If we find a way to keep these guys in rotation, even if guys are nicked up and they want to sit out a game and to heal up, whatever, cool. Let's do a whole carousel. Bring in whoever you need to bring in. But this defense could be easily a top 3 defense from start to finish, if we stay healthy and if guys just buy into flow system, which I believe they have as an entire unit. So
And last year, Nick only had 1 bad game. And it was the
Yes.
game where the whole defense, other than AVG, had a bad game, and that was against Buffalo in Week 16. In the last game of the season, Week 17, I guess, right?
Yeah, correct.
That was it. And it was Isaiah McKenzie. Other than that, Needham was solid all year. And Martin, people don't understand how hard it is to transition from the corner, from the boundary to the slot. Now you don't have the sideline to help you, right? You can't, you don't have that sideline, your friend. Now you're in the middle of the field.
Very difficult.
It is a lot tougher right now. And you get the speedier guys. And he did a fantastic job in the slot last year. I think,
Agreed.
You look how Nick Needham's developed over year 1, year 2, now heading into year 3 as a UDFA. And, and you look at where Noah is. Now, I know Noah had 2 pass breakups. And he had that one where he got mossed. And, you saw his lack of ball instincts on display because all he had to do was turn his head. Instead, he was locked in on the receiver's chest, right? And, if he would have turned his head, he could have made a play on the ball, but that's something that's going to have to come in time. But if you look at where they are, like even if you look at Needham after year 1, when he had, as a UDFA practice squad player, he had the responsibility of CB1 thrown on his shoulders. And other than that Jets game, where after he nullified the Andrew Van Ginkel sack by on the next play having that pass interference, and then we lost, right? Because of the field goal. Other than that, he had a really solid season for a UDFA as a CB1. Bro, the development from him to Noah in the NFL is astronomical. Now, I know he played the position a lot more and a lot longer than Noah did coming into the NFL, but
a little more polished.
Needham is looking like he is going to be an absolute steal.
Yes. Ever since our first win in Coach Flores' career with the Dolphins against the Colts, where Nick Needham had one of the craziest picks of the year, bro. Like ever since that game, right? He has been steadily climbing as far as overall poise, consistency, and he just plays the position exactly how you want the position to be played at nickel and at boundary when you have to put him there. And as far as consistent players that I know I can hang my hat on and he's gonna get the job done, Nick Needham is clearly one of those guys where you just gotta look at him and be like, all right, yeah, we don't have a problem there. So
yeah,
I mean, this is a good list, bro.
And Nicholas asks, "What's up with Trill Williams? Did you see that play? Trill Williams jamming the guy off the line and just like sent him to the ground, bro, in the first 5 yards." Oh, you didn't see it, bro? Nah. I can't show it because I get copyright strike. But if you go back and watch it, he jammed the guy off because you got the first 5 yards, right?
Yeah,
so he jams him, bro, and he pancakes him, dude.
Oh wow, he didn't let him breathe.
Nah, bro, it was nice. Trill Williams gave a lesson on this is how you jam at the line. It was ridiculous. So
honestly, Trill Williams is going to be our next Nick Needham as far as undrafted free agents.
And he's more versatile. You can play safety.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah. So, bro, we good, man. Goodness.
I want him to make the team, to be honest.
He will. He should. Him and Shaquem, by the way. Shaquem Griffin.
Shaquem making the team. Bro. He was all over. You know what EM says to me? He's like, bro, I didn't know he could set the edge of this well. And when he saw the preseason game, I'm like, this guy's real, bro.
Yeah. Ever since UCF, bro, my eyes been on Shaquem outside of his, the obvious situation. That guy has been flashing off of the screen forever.
You know what I said to EM? I said if he didn't have that obvious situation, you know how big of a stud he would be right now?
Yeah. I'm with you.
But I'm riding him. And his energy and his personality is so infectious, bro.
Yeah.
You want that in the locker room, dude.
Absolutely. He's just another piece to a puzzle of let's complete this roster. Let's complete this locker room, bro. Yeah. I think we need him and Trill on the final roster, bro. That's just me.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the PFF grades and then we'll open it up to everyone. I just like to do this after every game. I'll be even doing this in the season for you guys when I do my review recap show. So I just wanted to show you guys. We'll go through it all. We'll look at it. So We'll go through offensive grades, blocking grades, and we'll go into the defensive grades. Okay, so offensively, this is how everyone graded out. Mike Gesicki was your highest graded Dolphin, 93.6.
Not bad.
Matt Collins, number 2 at 83. Reed Sinnett to win it was at number 3 with 76. Salvin Ahmed at 74.9.
That's
Tua
impressive.
at 74.5. Those are your top 5 guys. Ethan Carter, Lynn Bowden. Yeah, so Durham Smythe, there you guys go. Jermaine Illuminor was actually our top graded lineman. And we'll get into the pass blocking so everyone can see. Jacoby Brissett was the 3rd highest graded quarterback. So all you hoping he's going to start, not according to PFF. Guess what, brother? I told you prior. I said earlier, Larnell Coleman was our 2nd highest graded offensive lineman. Michael Dieter was right behind him as our 3rd. Skura was as the 4th. So I like I think Robert Hunt should be higher. I think Robert Hunt should be probably our 1st graded. So that's the thing that doesn't match up with my eye there. And I do not think Malcolm. Well, I think Malcolm Brown, and Miles Gaskin, they only got 58.9 and 58.0 grades. Jared Dokes didn't have a good grade. When you go to the bottom here, Carl Tucker. Our bottom 3 was Carl Tucker, Jordan Scarlett. I think they really dinged Jordan Scarlett for the drop when Reed Sinnett threw it at his mask. I don't know, and he dropped the football. Robert Jones, Chris Myrick, and Carson Meier were your bottom 5. Kirk Merritt was there too. So honestly, Adam Pankey should be far lower. Like it shouldn't even be a discussion. I think they really dinged Adam Shaheen for the drop as well because he's down there too. But there are your offensive grades. Now let's get into pass blocking grades. So here we go. Pass blocking. This is just strictly pass blocking. Matt Skura was your highest with an 81.5. Jesse Davis was an 81.3 and Gaskin was an 80. Malcolm Brown 77.9. Cameron Tom 76.5. Salvin Ahmed 76.4. Robert Hunt is 75. Dieter 72.7. Jordan Scarlett 25.3. There's Adam Pankey, a 30.0. Pass blocking.
That a boy.
Austin Jackson had a 31.8. Robert Jones had a 37.1. Illuminor had a 53. Larnell Coleman 65.3. So if you go over here, so OPP guys means basically opportunities like pressure opportunities against them. So basically, right here for Skura it says 12. That means there was 12 opportunities for the defense to get a pressure on him. Okay,
right.
That's what that means. So that's why he has 100%. He gave up 0 pressures on those opportunities.
That's
right?
Incredible.
And he had 12 pass blocks. So when you look at Robert Hunt, 17 pass blocking, but there's only 16 opportunities to get a pressure on him. Gave up zilch. Jesse Davis, 7, gave up zilch.
Kinley?
Salvin Ahmed had 1 and gave him nothing. There you go.
What about Kinley?
Kinley is right here. So he had 16, right? And he gave up 1 hit, 1 hurry, and 2 pressures for an efficiency rating of 93.7. Austin Jackson gave up 1 hit, 2 hurries, and 3 pressures on 16 pass blocking reps. And 17 pass blocking reps, but actually 16 only opportunities for a 90.6 efficiency. Pankey gave up 3 as well, and he actually had 21 pass blocking reps and 20 opportunities. So Jermaine Illuminor, he had 11 and he let up zeros across the board. Larnell Coleman had 11 and he gave up 1 hurry, 1 pressure. So yeah, the Austin Jackson, I mean, we all saw it.
I know, man.
So
but like
your
how
boy
we
Dieter, zeros across the board on 9.
I love Dieter, man. Dieter has been one of the more pleasant surprises of this off season, bro. For real, for real. But I will say this: the other team gets paid too, and their matchups, especially Austin Jackson, man, he was just getting lit up by the guy that
And
was
he
in
also
front of
had a
him, bro.
hold, and he also got away with a couple holds too. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw on the D pass to Jasicki, that could have been
Yeah.
a hole
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
he basically
exactly.
bear hugged him. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And
I
he had
mean,
his hand like right here on the guy too, like
yeah,
holding him. Yeah.
he has to get better. We know it. He knows it.
Yeah.
He just has to get better, man. He really does.
Let's hope he turns it around, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not holding my breath because I'll probably be dead by the time that happens. Here are your defensive grades. Bernardrick McKinney, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Now he only had 5 reps, and he had a 90.6. Nick Needham was number 2. He had 30 reps. And he had a 90 on the dot. Eric Rowe, 7 reps, 87.9. Duke Riley, who I actually think had some struggles.
Mm-hmm.
He showed some struggles off the edge a little bit too. Wasn't it him on that blown coverage to
Yep, to the
to
tight end
Jesse
for the
James? Yeah,
touchdown.
that was
Yep.
him. That was on him too.
Yep.
So they gave him an 84.2. Fledglem had an 82.9. Munson had an 81.6. Noah Benogany's showing up with a 78.5 on 38 reps. They gave Noah Benogany 4 tackles, and they gave him 2 runs. They gave Noah Benogany 2 run stops. He had that huge stop to lead to a 4th down.
Yep.
He gave up 3 receptions on 4 targets.
That's rough.
And for a total of 44 yards. The longest he allowed was 25 yards. So he had an NFL passer rating when he was targeted of 110.4, which was the worst on the team. Crevon LeBlanc, Justin Coleman, we're right on Justin Coleman, 78.2. Crevon LeBlanc. Sorry, let me go over here. Crevon LeBlanc right there with a 75.2. Trill Williams had a 70.2. And when you go all the way down to the bottom, my friend, let's go all the way down here.
Code red.
Yeah, code red. Jerome Baker.
Money Man.
Yeah, Money Man had a 28.8 rating. And they really dinged him in run defense.
Yeah, my dog took the day off, bro.
They also dinged him. If you look at it, he was targeted twice, and he let up 2 receptions for 24 yards. So they dinged him pretty hard on that. And he allowed a 116.7 passer rating when he was targeted. Tino Ellis didn't do that great. He wasn't targeted, but he got absolutely destroyed by them. So Jason Strobridge, he rounds out the bottom 3, 47.7, sorry. Javaris David had a 48.7. Benito Jones, 48.8. Zach Seiler, really low. Nate Hawley, who they used did you see them? They used Nate Hawley and Clayton Fledgem. Did you see that as that hybrid safety box linebacker? Did you see that? Did you notice that?
For Clayton?
Yeah, they used Clayton there for a little bit, and they used Nate Hawley there for a little bit too.
I wasn't really even paying attention to that, bro.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting to see that. Javon Holland and 67.3. Christian Wilkins had a 67.8, but I thought Christian Wilkins actually had a decent game. So I don't agree with that rating, that grading whatsoever. But yeah, there are your grades for your defense. When again, this is something we'll be doing in the regular season. Sometimes there's grades I don't agree with. Well, a lot of times there's grades I don't agree with, but I like to show you guys. Just so you know, because a lot of people like to refer to PFF. So
I know.
And shout out to the homie Irving with the 149 super sticker donation. Appreciate that, dude. So yeah, man. Any thoughts, Martin, before we open it up to people here?
Just overall, bro, great game. Great outing. During the week, I had my concerns like, oh snap, here we go. We got joint practices. We're starting to get exposed by other teams, but ones versus ones or starters versus starters because a lot of players were out on both sides. We look better. Period. Like it wasn't even a competition really when it comes to how we played versus how Chicago played in the first quarter and a little bit after that. Just a better performance out of the Dolphins, bro. They play well together, man. I loved it.
And Barry Bailey says, I just don't see enough aggression out of Austin Jackson. I mean, man, if you go back to when I did my whole evaluation of Austin Jackson, I said he looks like Tarzan, he plays like Jane. That's why if you go back to last year's training camp, do you remember the day where he ripped off Raekwon Davis's jersey?
Yep.
If you go back to that day on this show, I was wilding out because I was like, "Oh, he's got the aggression." Yeah, because that's the one thing I loved about Hunt. When Hunt got to the second level, when he was in the Sun Belt, he was
blasting
dudes, kill people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was looking to take your
freaking
head off.
Yeah.
And Austin Jackson just doesn't have that.
I'm a little teapot.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, yeah. Big and stout. Well, look, should we even use the word stout? Just big. Big and soft. He's like a big teddy bear out there.
He's the Michelin Man on Ghostbusters. But I will say though, I will say, man, between Austin Jackson and at times, even as good as Robert Hunt looked in the game, because he looked good, even at times, his foot, like their footwork, bro, as far as speeding up towards the blocks, like how you have to have a solid base and then you have to use your feet almost like a typewriter, almost the effect of what you're supposed to do with your feet. I mean, Austin Jackson knows he needs to get better at that. Jesse Davis displayed very good feet this past game. Michael Dieter did the same thing. Solomon Kinley looked good. Matt Skura looked good. Like they have to get their feet underneath them so they don't just get tossed around like that, bro. That's half the battle. You have to get your feet right.
That anchor, baby. It's all about that anchor and that base.
Yeah. He has to learn that.
Yep. You gotta, it's all about dropping that butt, bro, in your sets. So, all right. Russell, what's going on, dude?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Russ, what's good, man?
I'm just excited for this damn season to start, guys.
I know.
And I wanted to defend myself on the Austin Jackson going to right tackle when I don't know if you're bringing more people on right now. If I need to wait.
I am. No, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, okay. Let's hear it, bro. For real.
So the reason why I feel like he would work better on the right side is if you notice with his technique issues, his fundamentals are screwed up. He's working from the outside. He's stepping out instead of stepping in and then working the player out. Well, if you essentially switch him to the other side,
stepping inside now.
Exactly. And
then he's going to step outside, bro.
You're fixing his fundamentals that way. I mean, tell me that couldn't work, because if you really think about it, he's already used to taking that motion. So then he would be better at maybe starting off, getting inside, than working that guy out. I feel like would be better at the right side.
That'll be hilarious.
It's like a dyslexic fundamental tackle, bro.
Seriously, though. I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense.
And then our luck is just gonna step outside anyways, work outside in. Florida born, what's good, buddy?
What's up, bro?
How you doing,
FB? What's happening, man?
Man, just that O-line was what we thought it was.
They are who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were.
The raging. I see someone named Raging Dolphins Maniac. Well, they're going to be the Raging Dolphins headache throughout this season, I think.
Oh man. They honestly, man, all that needs to be done is just don't get beat for a series of plays. You know, you can get beat once, you can get beat twice. You know, once a quarter is fine, but when you get beat like play after play, get him off the field, coach. He's not ready.
But
he's not ready.
Reason, it's crazy what you said about Liam going to left. I had said that on a YouTube video earlier. Like, go get Schwartz, or somebody, put them at the right and put Liam at the left. Let Jackson.
I'm ready to get either Wagner, Schwartz, and Russell Okung, and just bench Davis and Austin Jackson and see what I got, bro.
Because look at our secondary, bro. Our secondary was so elite. Tua was being a baller. Like, if this O-line would just be decent, they ain't even got to be great, bro. And then I watched highlights like that. Trevor.
Before we get balls deep in this conversation, I got like 3 other people I got to bring on. So, Chris, what's up, buddy? And first of all, $5 donation from Memes Salanoa. He said, "One love, Uso Reese. Use a bad man, Us." Appreciate it, dude. Yeah. So, Chris, your thoughts before I go and keep bringing people on here, because I got a bunch of people.
No problem. Real quick on the Austin Jackson thing. The thing that scares me the most about him, and I said it earlier or before, is panicking. His thing is he likes to panic. There were 2 reps where one he was called on the holding, the first one, and then one when he wasn't, where he was still in front of his man, and all he had to do was push his man past the pocket and let Tua step up. But he panicked and he held. And that's where that's not a technical issue. That's a mentality issue. And you cannot panic. And he did that. And that's what concerns me about him the most.
Bro, I thought he was out there playing hockey the way he had his Bauer skates strapped on.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
What's going on,
but the fundamental part you can fix. You cannot fix panic.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. Hold on a sec. Let me keep rolling through these guys. What's going on, Dylan? What's up?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Good to see everybody. Yeah,
Dylan.
I'm pumped actually about Dieter. Like that excites me. You know,
that
he actually had a really good game. Well, yeah, but you know, you still got to show it to me. I'm gonna believe it when I see it, kind of person. So I want to see that continue, man. Because well. Yeah,
Skur gave him a run. Skur looked good, man.
I want to see him continue.
Skur looked good too.
Putting defensive linemen on their ass, I like it.
Can you play tackle, Matt? I'm gonna ask Skur if he can play tackle.
And look, and I will say this: we always see that line of scrimmage, right? And we see where the ball is, where the ball was snapped. Every single snap, bro. Michael Dieter rarely got pushed back, bro. Like he literally was a living, breathing anchor.
It's about time they found something he could do, right? Though.
I know, right? Like he looked good, bro. Like for real.
I have a question.
Hold on a sec. Hold on. I got a couple other guys I got to bring in. Then you can ask your question. I'll remember you're next up. Crypto, what's going on, dude?
Hey man, what's going on? Hey Reason, you are officially live in Muncie, Indiana. I am on the road to Chicago, and you are very appreciated out here in the boondocks, out here in Indiana. It's like Jeepers Creepers, you know. I'm out here on Route 41 going northbound to Chicago, and it's Jeepers Creepers for crying out loud.
I thought you were going down Sunday. I thought you were going down Sunday.
No, I did. I left because I had to go to Evansville, Indiana to see my dad. So I went around. I went the southern route. I went through Kentucky instead. So instead, I went over the mountains in West Virginia. My goodness, you can talk about the armpit of America. But hey, I tell you, I went. But hey, I was up. What'd you say?
I said you should have stopped and seen me.
Yeah, I will. I'll be able to do that coming back because I'm gonna go the northern route. I'm gonna come through Ohio. I'm gonna go through Dayton on the way back. So I'll be able to come see you because in the northern part. Yeah, I skipped down because I had to go through Kentucky. That's why I wasn't able to come up that way.
You're at, though. I know what he's talking about being in the boonies. It's like cornfields and
my goodness. Talk about
every 5 miles.
This guy's driving by the cornfields and all of a sudden he hears, "If you build it, they will come."
Yeah. Well, they doing those crops where they just plow over and they got these signs like some outer space. You see the big
Oh
signs, the
my
space
God,
signs. They plowing
Crop
over
circles?
a bunch of coin. Yeah, the crop circles. Yeah, that's it. It was
Lord.
made from outer space. It was aliens visiting us.
Yawn,
I was like,
Jeepers
oh my
Creepers
god.
ruined us, bro.
Oh
yawn,
man, Jeepers Creepers, man. I
yawn,
tell you.
yawn, Vonk. What's
Hey.
up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys? No, thanks for letting me be here, bro. Just happy about what I saw on Saturday, man. Tua driving the ball down the field, bro, getting us to the 2-yard line. I think if we would have tried a passing play, that probably would have been a touchdown. But
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I know we need to test the O line for the run game, and
I don't trust him yet.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that should have been 7-0. And
yeah, it would have been.
overall on the offensive line, obviously I did see improvement on the pass blocking. That was pretty good because Tua has some good time. The run blocking is where the problem is. Yeah.
Well, I would say the interior did their job.
Absolutely.
Like Jesse Davis had more better reps than Austin Jackson. Jackson was a legit problem.
Bro, did you not see the one play where our damn near our whole O line was on their ass?
In a run play or a pass play?
I think it was a pass play. But the only one standing up was a tight end, Hunt. Everybody else was on their ass.
The ball away.
Nah, Dieter was out in front too with his man.
Oh, was that the play where Dieter slipped?
I think so.
No. In one of them, Dieter was way out in front with his man, like 4 or 5 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. He pushed his dude way out, but everybody else fell back.
Yeah, he was on his
And there was
face
one
on the
thing I
goal
want to say
line.
real quick about Dieter.
Hold on a sec.
Real quick, I want to say about Dieter is a lot of people were trying to give Dieter crap about the run blocking and whatever, especially at the goal line. Dude, he had a rollback block or a cut block, but now it's kind of rollback because they put their back toward him now because of injury concerns.
Yep.
But they're like, oh, well, he fell on the ground. No, that was his job. So stop telling everybody that he didn't do his job. That's it. Go ahead.
Red Comet, what's going on, bro? Your update of what's going on in the NFL.
Let's see here. Eagles doing good in practice against the Patriots and going to put Liam at left tackle.
Is that, by the way, Red Comet, is that a Pokemon with a Dolphins cap on or something, bro?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it, bro.
This guy. No, yeah, I saw
Wait till
that.
you
I saw
mega
that
evolve.
Eagles players like all agree that they think Jalen Hurts is their guy right now. So
Jalen, hey, wait. I will say though, Jalen looked relatively smooth, bro. He looked smooth. Like as far as the eye test, what you see, Jalen looks smooth operating the offense, bro. He looks smooth. I'm not gonna write him off.
He's such a turnover machine. Just wait for the season.
Right. I was about to say, like, when it's all said and done, yeah. I agree.
But let's go back to the second thing that comment said. What do you guys think about sending Jackson to the bench in the second preseason game and trying Liam Eichenberg at left tackle if he's healthy against a less formidable defensive front seven like the Atlanta Falcons?
Do it.
Because here's the thing. If Austin Jackson goes out there and Jackson struggles and it's this less formidable Atlanta Falcons defense, we got to have a serious talk about the situation.
Speaking of
Liam, give him a shot. Give him a shot.
I say see what you got for sure. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Like,
he's gonna do a lot better there than in fucking guard. I tell you that much.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
I mean, if you're doing that and Austin Jackson doesn't like become the guy, you go back to him being a first round pick. But we can talk about that later.
Move Jackson to guard.
I do not know.
I don't know. He was getting pushed back quite a bit.
He's got the size. All you got to do is get the anchor down inside. He's got the weight.
But he doesn't have that mentality, though. That's his thing.
So take him out back and beat him with a sock full of soap.
I had an idea.
Old-fashioned blanket party.
Full metal jacket.
Full metal jacket. Yep. Yeah.
Go ahead, Russell.
So I had an idea / question. With the improvement of Dieter, with as well as Skura played, why not start Skura at center, put Dieter back at left guard at his natural position, because I'm sure he's going to outplay Kinley, and put Eichenberg out there, let Dieter assist Eichenberg, and then keep Hunt at right guard, and then figure out the right tackle spot. Because Kinley struggled too in this game.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
At times. So why not?
But you'd struggle too if that guy was next to you, bro.
Yeah, well, putting Skura and Dieter and Hunt in the middle, I feel like would be better, because Skura gives that veteran presence that is not on this O-line currently. And with Dieter being improved the way that he is, if he's doing what he's doing at center, why can't he do it at left guard? You know what I'm saying?
Well, he did it last year when he got those reps when
exactly.
When Kinley got injured and he came in. He had the first rep was terrible, and then after that he was moving mountains right after that. But the thing is, if you listen to what Flores says, he wants his 5 best guys out there. I don't know if he has the 5 best guys.
Yeah, and to jump on that, actually, it's a good segue. It was what I was about to say. I like these creative ideas and stuff, and it's fun to think about. But this ain't our job, man. Like, it's their job, and they need to figure it out, because all of this, like, I mean, it's still preseason, but the season's gonna be here soon. So they need to figure it out before we get to the season. We need to have some confidence in the 5 guys that are gonna be out there. That's what I gotta say.
These guys need to work together too. They need to gel.
Yeah,
they need to
but
have
also,
chemistry.
but just like Flores said, though, we still have 2 more weeks between that 3rd preseason game and the 1st game, and they will be practicing. So that is always an option, but I agree. I think at some point you have to let them gel together.
Yo, I gotta say this too.
It's super
like, I've watched this game, like, like 3 more times. I've watched the first half another 2 times. Larnell Coleman looked better than Austin Jackson. Now, I get it, he wasn't against the ones, but Larnell Coleman legitimately looked fundamentally better than Austin Jackson.
Exactly, and just like we made the point about giving Liam Eichenberg a shot at left tackle, why not give Coleman a shot? That's that same premise, See what you got. That's what the preseason's for, but we still got to at least at some point give them reps together.
Yeah, I mean, there's no unit that requires chemistry more than the offensive line. It's super essential. I mean, the communication is huge. Yeah, at some point you got to get them, reps together. So, and especially because, when we actually get to the regular season, knock on wood, injuries happen. So, if you don't decide on your starting 5 until that week off right before the beginning of the season, and then maybe they get a cut. No. I mean the week off, right? Because there's a week in between the 3rd preseason game and the start of the regular season. So if you don't decide until then who you're after, cut downs and stuff, who it's going to be, and then God forbid somebody gets hurt a few games in, well then that throws off the chemistry that they built up after a few games, right? So yeah. I mean, you gotta get them together at some point, sooner rather than later.
They just need to make a move, man. I must sound like a broken record, but we need depth. We lost Fluker. Our O-line looks like, suspect. They need to go make a move like all these other teams did for Herbert, for Burrow. We need to go make a move and get a right tackle, bro. It's infuriating when I see all these other quarterbacks have all the time in the world, and then poor Tua having to dodge missiles left and right. It's infuriating, man.
Florida born.
Are you misspeaking? Wait. Are you misspeaking? You said right tackle. Because Davis played okay. He didn't play terrible.
Yeah, I agree. Davis was decent.
But okay, is Davis gonna?
Was it his injury?
I'm more concerned about Jackson than I am Davis.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, listen. We get a right tackle, then you got Jesse Davis, you got Eichenberg, you got Jackson. One of those 3 are gonna perform at the left.
And I get that, but what I'm saying is even with Jesse Davis, okay, you move him to left tackle, but then you have no quality backup because, again, like you just said, your two other options are Jackson or Eichenberg. And at that point, I'd rather have, the vet at that swing tackle position, if that makes sense.
You want to hear something crazy? Check this one out. Tua Tagovailoa had about 2.87 seconds on average time to throw. Reed Sinnett had 3.5 seconds, 3.54. Jacoby Brissett had about 3.59.
And look what happened.
The quality of the defenders, not necessarily quality of the offensive linemen.
Well, I mean, quality of offensive linemen will help a little bit for him not having as much time, like paging Austin Jackson.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying, as far as the second and third teams giving the other quarterbacks more time, is they weren't going up against that Bears first D. So, that's kind of where I was getting at with that part,
And CT, and I get what you're saying, but I really feel like Eichenberg will do a solid job at left. I could be wrong. That's just me having an opinion. But one of those two guys has got to start. And I don't trust Jesse Davis as Tua's blind side, let alone lasting all season as the starter. I want, I'm going to say it. I know he ain't ready, whatever. I really want Mitchell Schwartz or Wagner, man. I really want Schwartz. I just want somebody at right side that I got confidence in.
They're also veterans.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, we have to have somebody who knows what they're doing.
Ennis, are you trying to say something, dude?
I just want, me, I just want to say what's up, y'all, and get my little bit and just sit back.
Go ahead.
I learn from y'all. I look at things from the positive attitude. Like I said in Larry's last year, we remember the offense was always 3 and out. So what I took from the game is, even with the bad O-line play, Tua was still able to get some drives going. So if they can fix it,
yes, sir,
it's lights out. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm looking at. Like, what was the issues we was having last year? And offense wasn't moving. It was always 3 and out. Even with getting niggas put on their ass, Tua was still slinging it and able to get it down the field, get it out, or whatever you want to call it. So if we can fix that, oh, man. And the way our defense played when they was in there, the starters, without the 3 key missing pieces.
Yes.
Come on, man. Let's look at the positive.
They gotta fix it, though. They gotta fix it.
Y'all gonna have a heart attack stressing over that line.
I'm with you.
See how it is.
Atlanta
and go from there.
I'm with you. And it's when it comes to the offense catching up, defensively, I think we're about to be as solid as any other team in the league, period. Top 3, top 5 from start to finish. Special teams, with the presence of Jalen Waddle, and now you got Jakeem Grant trying to, return for his life. Our special teams is about to get really good, really quickly. Michael Pilardi is punting like
beautiful,
all mad.
Oh yeah.
See, and remember, Martin, Omar Kelly was absolutely crapping on Michael Pilardi the first couple practices, saying we need a new punter. If you go back and do my recaps, if you look at the stock up, stock down, he was saying we needed a new punter. I'm just saying.
That was a knee-jerk judgment on Omar, not really knowing what Michael was recovering from, post his situation as far as surgery or what have you. But offense, if the offense catches up, bro, and more specifically the offensive line, this team can go anywhere, anytime.
Super Bowl.
And I'm talking about playoffs too, right? This team can go anywhere and set it off, bro. I'm just waiting for the O-line, bro.
That O-line to go to the Super Bowl, you need top 15. You ain't going top 15.
And that's where I want to say Reason Martin, because you guys play the quarterback position. I want to put this out there because Ennis had said, the biggest problem that I see, especially with the tackle position on both sides, if you don't have those good players there, is we saw it when Tua had that throwaway where Austin Jackson was all up in him. The issue is that closes down those throwing lanes for those quick slants, those quick throws. And that's where, again, if they're consistently getting pushed back, those lanes for those quick slants and those slot, throws to get it out there quick, they're shut down. And that's exactly what happened to Tua on that one play is he was going to throw it. But Austin Jackson was getting beaten, dude had his hand up in the air. He can't throw that throw anymore. And Pete want to be like, oh, he's stupid. You should throw. No, there's no way to throw that. So he has two options. He either throws it up and over it, which gives the defender more time to play the ball, or it's going to get batted down. And you can't do that to a quarterback on those quick slants, those quick throws.
Yeah, it's tough to it's tough to try to operate as far as tempo and timing and things like that when the offensive line is shoddy. But
exactly.
But I will say the interior, bro.
No one knows better than Martin. Running for his this guy was running for his life from Olivier Vernon when they played the Hurricanes.
Oh my goodness!
The one thing that the O-line has shown me that I've seen, at least to this point, is that Tua's pocket awareness, pocket presence.
Oh, wow.
Pocket footwork.
Elite.
But that's the reason why we knew.
Yes,
we had to draft this kid because
that's why he's the 5th overall pick. Yeah, man.
The NFL is literally everything is precision based, timing based, angle based. When you have game of inches, when you have pocket presence like that, bro, and you can just make a move here, move there, move your hips there, bro. You talk about just
so easy.
I mean, just effortlessly, bro. And again, now we're trying to tie his feet to his hips, to his shoulders, through his fingertips, bro. Once Tua gets going, as far as settling his feet into a week by week regimen, going up against team after team after team, dog. This is about to get real, fellas, man. Like. The season's here, bro.
I'm glad he got good footwork with 2.7 seconds in the pocket. So I'm glad for that.
But the same thing with the running thing is everybody want to make that argument about, Tua should have ran this and on this and on this. But it's like I said before, they flat out told him don't run because there's multiple examples. But the biggest one is when Gaskin was out there. There was one play where when Tua did that little
the flip,
toss to Gaskin. Yep. There was only one linebacker and Gaskin there. Gaskin could have gone and blown up or cut blocked that linebacker. Tua could have ran for another 15, 20 yards. But instead, they told him, don't run. So what did he do? He just tossed it to him. He's like, look, I can't do that right now. It's the preseason. Here, go see what you can get. In a real game, that's not happening.
They also told him to make tackles, though. So
that was a good hit, by the way, on his pick.
Yeah, he used his non-throwing shoulder. He used his non-throwing shoulder. So at least he was smart about that.
I agree, but he looked mad as hell, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, he wanted to get it back.
I get that. I don't know about telling you. I just don't know about telling your quarterback that you should be going to make tech. I mean, I get it, and it's cool, and you like to see the effort from him and whatever. But I mean, that was the
comment of the night goes to 4 P's equals
Got that right. That's what I was dying laughing at.
Did you hear Flores after the game? He said that he wanted to see that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He praised him for that.
Yeah, he told him.
But I think that's situational, though.
Yeah, if you get a turnover, that's what he said.
Make a play.
Well, no. Situational, as in if you're gonna go and is he gonna run across the field and then get somebody's blocking is gonna light Tua up? No, that's not smart. But Tua was kind of right there. They were coming toward him, and he was like, "Hey, let me get this in real quick. There
wasn't that much. There wasn't that much clarity in the comment. From the comments, it was if you turn the ball over, go and make a tackle. Okay.
No, in the NFL, you have to be coached on if that situation does happen where you throw an interception and there's nothing but room. You have to always have your head on the swivel as a quarterback because defenses coached. They're taught wherever
They're
that quarterback
gunning for it.
is, go after him and try to light him up as soon as
honestly,
possible. But
honestly,
Tua was right there to just make a quick tackle and get off the field.
He laid the boom with that shoulder too.
He
bro.
hit everybody fell when Tua hit. Everybody fell down.
He licked it off his feet.
Oh
yeah. And I mean, to be fair, he does become one of the defenders. He is one of the 11 defenders at that point. So I get it. I just I don't know.
You prefer him to just take a seat?
That's the scary
part. No,
he is not a coward.
I don't know about just take a seat. I mean, like I said, he is one of the 11 defenders. So logically, like you got to do your part to like try and prevent. Like you're not just gonna let him run for a touchdown, right? Like so. There is a delicate balance there, but
agreed.
Look, Dylan,
there's a delicate balance there.
Don't be stupid and just fall off and get yourself lit up and hurt. But at the same time, he was mad, man. He was mad.
Oh yeah,
and he has right to be.
And this is what I love about that play too. Mm-hmm. We got good field position the next drive. They could have put him back out there, but they sat him and they said, "You know what? Think about that mistake so you don't make it again."
Not only that, but also it lights a fire under him because it showed, hey, he's got the heart. He wants to make a hit. He knows he messed up, and he was willing to go out and put his body on the line. But at the same time, you're going to be like, hey, young man,
just don't
pick your spots. Pick your spots.
I'm telling you right now, I recall throwing an interception. I can recall throwing an interception on JV against our crosstown rivals. One of the safety I threw it to, it was just me and him. He was calling me out in front of everybody on his bench, and I was like, "What?" I lit him up on the sideline, and his entire bench was dapping me up, like, "Oh!" like when you're a quarterback, bro, and you turn into something else when you make a turnover, bro. Your teammates love it, bro. Like. That's why I'm kind of on that back.
I think that gets as much clout as if the punter.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like Pat McAfee.
As much clout. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Does anybody remember that Pat McAfee hit on Trenton Holiday?
Oh,
like when he was like boosting on the sideline, he just completely destroyed him. Bro, they was hyping him up for like a whole week, bro. Like, ooh. On the film,
he even said on Pat McAfee's show that's one of his favorite. That's one of his favorite plays of all time. He even admitted that on the Pat McAfee show. He goes, "How many times does a punter get the opportunity to lay somebody out?" He was like, "I didn't lay many people out, but that's one thing I'll remember forever." I bet you will. Yep, and it's the whole Palomalu issue.
Tua lost 11 yards on that interception, as Reeves mentioned earlier.
Yep, 12 technically because he was at 111. Yeah, he was at 111.
Shaheen dropped that pass, which would have been another 25, and then there was a holding call on Austin Jackson on a play that Matt Collins caught. That I think,
and that first one that the dude dropped on that little corner route too.
Yeah. You add all that together. And you base it off a game average, he was going to be close to 500 plus yards easy.
He had a perfect game. He had a perfect game, bro.
Yeah, I mean at that rate, you gotta figure there'll be adjustments from both teams on both sides of the ball. Maybe you don't stay as aggressive, but
It'll be near 400. Yeah, easy 400.
Preseason
receptions.
But some of those throws weren't super aggressive, like that post. The receiver just makes the catch. That's all.
Yeah, and again, this is
because it was only 10, 12 yards downfield. It wasn't a 40-yard pass.
That's true.
That's the way.
But he was still sharp.
And what I can say is, from what I've seen when I went down to the practice. And again, this is me with my own eye test, no pundits and, articles or nothing like that. From what I've seen in practice, of course, from what I've seen last year, for what I'm seeing now in the preseason, the first and only one, but he looked good. Tua's not the problem. Tua's not going to be the problem moving forward. I think he is the real deal. I
Part
I
of
really
the
think he has
solution.
everything. Yeah, I think he's a part of the solution. You know, I'm just concerned with the O-line. I seen it when I was at practice. We did okay with the pass blocking, but we cannot run the ball for shit.
Yeah.
I don't know about that because we opened
people
up
just
some
resetting
good
the line of
lanes
scrimmage.
there.
You can't have them
We
resetting the line
opened
of
up
scrimmage
some
for crying out
good
loud.
lanes there.
That's why I like the idea of putting Dieter in at left guard and Skura starting at center, because I feel like it would improve the run game the way that, because Skura was always really good at that in Baltimore. Baltimore's always been a heavy run team, and the way that Dieter's moving people, he would be those two would open up.
You know why we
running
didn't score a
lanes
touchdown?
all
I think the two
Yeah,
times
but
we're in the red zone because we can't run the ball. We couldn't punch it in from the 1 yard line, and we had to kick.
True.
yeah, I agree situationally in that aspect, but there were also 3 plays that I looked at where the offensive line opened up great holes. 2 of them, Malcolm Brown didn't do nothing. He made stutter steps, whatever. There was also another play where Gaskin had 2 lanes to run through, and he danced around and couldn't make a convicted, push. So
I agree with
you got to, at that point, you got to consider, maybe situationally in the end zone, we had some issues, but in the open field, we had some lanes and the running backs just didn't do their job.
I took full advantage though.
I'm the proponent of. I think that our passing game opens up the run game. So I think we kind of hit lightning whenever you see us break off something more than 3 yards.
That's a miracle.
But there were opportunities again. Myles Gaskin had the opportunity to run for 20 or 30 yards on one play, but he couldn't make up his mind. He wanted to dance because he wanted to get the home run, that's even more concerning, Jay and whatever.
True.
Yeah,
that's even more concerning because we don't have this O line right. We still don't have this O line right, and we're still having running backs who don't know how to pick a hole. Right.
This is why Williams for
it's a recipe for a tackle for a loss, man. Like let's be honest.
Yeah,
man.
I think this is where Tua is really going to be the force multiplier for us. I can clearly see exactly where their thought process is going with how they drafted. Right, they're not necessarily wanting to me. I don't even think they're interested in getting, anybody 3.5 seconds to throw the ball. They just want receivers who are quick, get open quickly, move in open space, and just get the ball out. They're not really concerned with the running game, which is why they're not drafting running backs, which is why they're kind of, spot checking on the O-line to me,
okay.
Get
the O-line right first.
I think it's a pass to run thought that they're going.
I agree, but at the same time, again, and it's not necessarily 3-4 seconds on the offensive line because Tua can throw those short throws, but if those tackles and that left guard can hold up for 2 seconds and not have the defender into his lap, he can make those quick throws. But if they're already there after 2 seconds, you can't make those quick throws.
We've been at this 3 years, and here we are today. The season's about to start in about 3 or 4 weeks, and our whole line is full of that. It's 3 years, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, like it's funny because before the preseason started, my one thing that I was looking forward to was the first preseason game, right? Well, now that that's happened, I want the regular season to be here. Like, I mean, there's still a lot to learn and a lot to grow and stuff in these next two games. But now I'm just over it. I just want the regular season here because it's like because now I want to see what the actual product,
the real
is, right?
product. Yes.
Yeah,
no vanilla calls, no none of that. I want to see the real thing.
Right. Well, that's the thing, right? Is because, you got another part of this context, when you're evaluating all of it is that these teams are not putting out, their entire playbook and not even close to it, right? It's super vanilla in most cases. You're cycling through different personnel very often. So, you just don't know. I mean, there's definitely a lot to be gleaned and learned from these games for sure, unquestionably. But I mean, half this team's not going to be here because they're going to get cut, right? Or, a third of the team, whatever, from the 90s. So, I wish at this particular moment, I wish I could hit the fast forward button and get to week one.
Not yet,
Yeah,
not yet,
I'm
Dylan.
ready to see
I
Everett
know.
Wilson
I
against
gotta
the
live in
Falcons.
reality. This
For,
fucking
me
I hope
too.
he'll
Me
be ready.
too. And I'm anticipating the starting offensive line for the Falcons game. This next one in preseason should be from left to right. Jackson, because we need a redeemer game. Kinley, because we need to see if we're sure about it. Dieter, Hunt, and I think if Liam Eichenberg is ready, bro, and we're still trying to see if we can nurse Jesse Davis back to full health, because he did look a little, shaken up a little bit, like as far as he's not all the way ready to be playing just yet. I would sit Jesse Davis for this next preseason game and start Liam Eichenberg if Liam Eichenberg is ready to get back in it, so we can see how Eichenberg does at right tackle before the third preseason game, where we want to see how he looks at left tackle with sitting our starters like a Austin Jackson, bro. That starting offensive line might be
pretty
decent.
easy to find.
Not in Miami.
I'm gonna say, do you guys think that
Well,
again,
it'd be easier than the left tackle.
Easier than the left, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys think that now that we had that 2 weeks, because you have quote unquote 1 week off, but it's fully 2 weeks before the next game, that third preseason game is gonna be that normal again, regular third season or third preseason game where we see the starters go in more because we know they have more rest. That's where, again, like you guys said, we got to use the second one to test things out. You know what I mean?
Right.
The third one, that's where we got to have things set and figure it out from there.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the thing is
for the final cut
especially when you look at the context of this team, right? Like different teams might do it differently based off of, the dynamics of their roster and what they need to figure out and so on and so forth. But when you look at what we need to figure out for this team and, which is primarily the offensive line, and then also understanding that it's not just about getting the right five, but then allowing them to build chemistry. I think that's right. I think what ideally should happen is, in this second game against the Falcons, they just experiment like nobody's business, right? And figure it out, man, and make a decision. And then in that game 3, actually send out your starters for a good portion of the game, because they do have a couple weeks of time before the first regular season game. So I wouldn't mind that at all. And then give them, I don't know, maybe a whole half or something, or whatever, and just let them have some time together.
I think this is the game where they're going to get at least a half, because the problem with the third game is you got to see all those guys that are on the bubble what they have.
Right.
Their final
well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You could do that this game technically, and then it doesn't matter, whatever, either way. But like the reason why I say that is because I understand that the area on the team where we're trying to experiment at is the offensive line position, right? That whole group. So I think to me, it makes the most sense to do the experimentation in this game, especially because, as you said, the defensive front isn't as imposing, right? Do your experiments this game, and then use the third game as the dress rehearsal where you actually have decided on a 5 that you're going to want to enter the season with, and then give them that game because then it gives you the time to experiment now, and then a little bit of time right before the season starts to decide, give them time to build some chemistry, and then hopefully move into the season with that.
Who's the final 5?
Rock
Let them
Hawkins
decide who that's going to be.
Donates $5. He says sign Russell Okung to play left tackle. Hey, bro, I said sign Russell Okung and sign Schwartz or Wagner. I agree. All right, guys, I got to get through final thoughts here because I got to get out of here. Martin, I'll save you for last. Pete, you're absolutely lost your mind if you think Jacoby Brissett looked better than Tua Tagovailoa on Saturday, because that wheel route to Salvin Ahmed was poorly thrown, bro.
Come on, Pete.
Yeah.
Come on, Petey.
Bro, and you know what? And I'll say this.
Man.
I'll say this, and this isn't even towards him. This is in general. If you did not notice the tempo of the offense totally change when Tua came out compared to Jacoby Brissett, then you don't know what you're watching when it comes to football, because that offense did not look as it wasn't firing on every cylinder as when Tua was out there. So anyways,
Agreed.
Chris, start with you. Final thoughts, buddy.
Just overall, we just got to figure out the O-line. We got to give them time, like Dylan said, everybody said. And my biggest thing is I'm super excited for this next preseason game to see what we're going to figure out, see who we're going to put in the position to succeed. And God knows if we see, hopefully, I don't know if X and Byron and all that going to play, but our D was on point in the first half. It wasn't even close. And I'm excited to see as we continue to improve. Fins up.
Ronnie always comes hard with the comments. It kills me. Red comment, go ahead.
Well, I just hope this O-line fixes and we put Liam at left tackle, because Austin Jackson is a national security to Tua.
How did he move the offense better when Tua had more yards than Jacoby Brissett on less attempts? Also, Ahmed scored that touchdown, not Jacoby Brissett, because that was not a good throw on the wheel route. Appreciate the $4.99 donation though.
I stopped addressing him a long time ago.
Yeah, Russell, your final thoughts.
Yeah, Pete. No, Brissett. This is not his team. This is
even
team.
PFF gave Tua the highest grade of any quarterback in that game. Then Reed Sinnett. Then Jacoby Brissett was the third highest graded quarterback on our team. So even PFF, who I don't agree with, saw what we saw. Anyway, sorry. Go, Russell.
You're good, brother. I'm excited to see this Atlanta game. I really hope Kyle Pitts doesn't look extremely good.
Well, he didn't even play this week. He didn't even play this week.
He hasn't even I think he will this week, though.
Pete donates another $4.99 and says free money. Tua needs luck. Okay, bud.
Okay. That's so bad, bro.
Wow, bro.
Dude, want to keep that tight window throw to Mac Hollins, Brissett could not make that throw. And like me and Martin showed the stills saw it. He couldn't even step with his drive foot into that throw because of Austin Jackson falling into his leg, and he made that throw. That's what makes it even more impressive. Dylan, your final thoughts.
Yeah, thanks for having me as usual. Fun show, good show as always, great show. Yeah, I'm just I'm ready to see. Well, okay, I'll temper myself a little bit. I want to get to the regular season. Let's get it going. I'm fired up, right? But one step at a time. So, I just want to see some progress for sure, particularly on that offensive line, obviously. But yeah, man, we got the Falcons this week, so let's get to it. That's all I got. Fins up.
Cash, your final thoughts, dude.
Well, first off, thanks for having me on the panel again, man. Love the show, love supporting it. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm really just finally at peace, knowing that I'm totally comfortable with the quarterback position. It's been a while, and I really believe that we have a quarterback that we can really get behind for the future. I'm loving what the organization is doing. Well, shit, if Colin Cowherd is giving us props, you got to understand that we're doing something right. You know what I mean? Because he actually had to give it up to us, for exactly how we're running the team. Well, not we, but you know what I mean? How the team is being ran. So I like that we're just down to a couple of things to fix. Right, we used to have 5-6 different holes to fill. Now if we can just shore up the O-line, we should be good to go. Which is a far cry, from the stuff that we used to deal with before. So love the direction. I love that we finally got our quarterback. Fins up. Let's go.
Pete, I will tell you right now, Tua will not get booed against Atlanta. Crypto.
Booed?
He said if he doesn't play good against Atlanta, he'll get booed.
Bro, Pete is nuts.
Yeah.
Crypto, your final thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on what he said about Tua. I think he's having a good start to the season, the preseason, and a good jump start for him. And you know something is good going if TD starts having an out of body experience with his takes and praising Tua. So that TD's had that out of body experience. So
TD, I texted you. TD. You never responded. Me and EM are waiting for that written apology. Don't worry about Tua. Don't worry. Tony.
I was like, what's going on here? TD's having an out of body experience over there. But hey, he's praising Tua all of a sudden. But I was things got to be stirring up in the pot, you know. But hey. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those peepers?
Be safe, drive safe.
Don't drive slow enough.
If you see a UFO,
don't drive slow enough for.
I will let you know. I'm letting you know. Hey, Reason, I'm sending that UFO to Canada. He's on his way to Trinity.
Keep an eye out for them scarecrows, bro.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Speaking of scarecrows, here's this big, huge cornfield, man. I'm almost certain they's got a scarecrow somewhere, man.
Keep driving.
If I only had a brain.
We'll look for it, man. Right, if we only had a brain.
All right. I got to get out of here, so I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll be back at 8 o'clock. We'll do it all over again tomorrow. They're back practicing. I'll be back 8 on Wednesday, and then Thursday I'll be the second day of scrimmage. I'll be back at 9 o'clock because I got to record the finish line. So I'll be back. And shout out to Pete's in a given mood today.
He is, man. It's Christmas time early.
Even though some of your takes are more outer worldly than the aliens that Crypto's about to see on the highway tonight. I appreciate you, Pete.
Bro.
All right. I will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. and we'll recap the first day back at practice. All right, guys. So until tomorrow, everyone, those are Wednesday and Thursday. Everyone stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Fins up. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Peace.